Haircolor Confessional. I'm Angela.
I'm Christine.
And we are going to talk to you today with our first guest of our podcast, Mr. Rob Redwine.
Super excited.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
We're doing great.
Good.
So we have so many things to ask you.
Sure.
All right. So what inspires you about being a musician / songwriter / author?
You know, it's funny because that's a good question because I just recorded my show just a few minutes ago. Now I'm recording y'all's show, and y'all are on my set, and I will be on y'all's set the next time.
Yeah.
By the way, Haircolor Confessionals. But we are on my set right now, and I just recorded with Mr. Tommy Alverson, and it's absolutely one of those things where it's inspiring to. Everything in the world is inspiring. That's why my show is called The Muse, because the muse is about something that the definition of a muse is something that inspires you to write something or create something, which this show originally was about music, but now it's expanding into a lot more food and culture and comedy and art and everything else. But the show with Tommy in particular, because Tommy is such a hero of mine, and he's such a good friend. So we just got to shoot the S for 45 minutes, and some of the stories that came out between the two of us were just incredible. That kind of stuff inspires me. Love and relationships inspire me. The proper sunrise, sunset, that kind of stuff inspires me too. I'm all over the board.
There he is, Rob Redwine.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm curious, how many different instruments can you play?
Yeah, somebody asked me that yesterday, actually. And I believe I counted 7. So obviously guitar, harmonica, those are my 2 main ones. I have 2 banjos at home that I can pluck away on, but I've never played them on stage. So I want to, I just haven't gotten good enough to write a song yet with banjo, but I really want to. Piano, there was one song on my 5th record that is this extremely depressing song called Dante. It's about a former girlfriend of mine that moved away. It's the last song that I ever wrote about her. I wrote several songs about her, but when she moved away to Georgia, I wrote this song called Dante, and it's the Dante's Inferno, that whole layers of purgatory and everything else. Everything in the song is that kind of Dante's Inferno, like references and everything else. So it's really depressing and sad. But I played this song on piano, this 3-chord song, dun 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 dun, and then my producer just put that on repeat throughout the song, and then the rest of the band came in and recorded the rest of it, and it turned out to be a good song in the fact that it got picked up to be on this documentary movie like 4 years ago.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, that's cool,
awesome.
Yeah. But meanwhile, you listen to the song, you're like, golly, this is depressing as hell.
Right. It seems like the best songs are the most depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're about drunks or about losing their woman or they're about to die. But those are usually the best songs.
Yeah, my dog ran away.
Grandma got ran over by reindeer.
Yeah, for sure. But that's a crazy story on that one too, by the way. I forgot the whole story on that one, but I forgot.
But it's true. The most depressing songs are about.
Yeah, the guy that wrote the song, there was something that actually happened to his grandmother. I can't remember what the name was.
Yeah, she had.
God, I want to have that.
I mean, they're not singing happy songs.
Yeah, well, you'll have to sing that at Christmas time for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I usually sing the Robert O'Keefe "Merry Christmas from the Family," so that's a big one too,
Well, so tell us about your Vegas trip. What was your favorite thing there?
Man.
Okay, so you were going out there for a gig on New Year's Eve?
No, this is one of the first times I've not gone out there for a gig, actually. I played it at the Double Down Saloon several times. And it played back in the day when Randy Brown was playing these yearly NFR gigs at Mandalay Bay. I played with Randy one night. But anyway, no, this one was me and my sister, and she was flying out of West Texas, but she got caught up in the Southwest Airlines thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so she
That's
had
right.
to cancel her trip. Well, my flight on American was non-refundable, so I was gonna
Gotta go.
I gotta go. And it's
Gotta
like,
go to
and
Vegas
it's
for New
Vegas.
Year's.
Like, come on. I mean, come on. I've been to Vegas 34 times. I know Vegas like the back of my
There
hand,
you
but
go.
I've never been on New Year's Eve, which was
It's pretty
a
wild.
nightmare.
Over the top.
Yeah.
Well, they got fireworks going on.
Well, they
got all
always have
kinds of-
fireworks, I think.
No,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but for New Year's Eve, they go over.
Big time.
Big
yeah,
time.
big time. And there's so many different places to see the fireworks. I'm a downtown guy. I'm an old school
Oh.
Vegas guy.
Gold Nugget.
Golden
Yes,
Nugget,
Golden
my
Nugget.
favorite hotel. And Golden Gate is my favorite hotel to gamble in.
Okay. Are you a big gambler or are you a show guy?
I am a big gambler and obviously a drinker and a foodie.
Cheers to that.
So,
Woo!
yes,
Cheers.
absolutely.
Okay, let's take a drink.
So that's the thing. And so I had this crazy, like obviously there's 400,000 people down there in Vegas, and so I told my sister to cancel her hotel, which was at Golden Nugget, by the way.
It's a legend.
So that she could get her money back on that, and I would just find a hotel. Well, I found this little boutique hotel, and this little boutique hotel thing was right off Fremont Street, like a block off Fremont Street.
Okay.
It's super cool. I have nothing bad to say about that place. Actually, it was the
I hope you're not
Gold
good.
Spike.
Oh,
Gold
okay.
Spike. Gold Spike. That's what it was. There's no casino there. It's just.
Oh,
It's
wow.
just a hotel, just a boutique hotel,
With a bar.
really old school kind of boutique
I
style.
love boutique hotels.
I do too.
Wow.
And so the thing, so the bar itself was, they were having a big New Year's Eve party. It was kind of a club.
Okay.
It was like a weekend on the weekends at the club because they had all the lighting and all that kind of
So
thing.
wait, you didn't have already plans for New Year's Eve? You're just winging it.
Yeah, well, she and I were just going to go out there and just find something to do.
Okay.
So Fremont Street itself was shut down on New Year's Eve.
And you're by yourself because your sister didn't go.
I'm by
So
myself.
you're just by yourself,
I'm just partying, man.
roaming the streets.
And I'm losing money. I'm hemorrhaging money, by the way, in the casinos. I'm hemorrhaging money. I would usually set aside about $1,000 to go out there.
You play blackjack, slots.
Yeah, I'm not a
What do you
big
do?
blackjack fan. It's kind of boring.
More slots.
3-card poker, 100%, and then the Buffalo Gold, the slots, and then
Okay.
yeah, and I'll run up on a craps table or a roulette table here and there. And
Do your eyes glaze over and you're like ding 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 ding?
depending on how hot the dealer is, actually, that was a good joke. You just didn't even hear that.
Oh, we heard it.
No, so I'm hemorrhaging money. I'm kind of, upset. And then the night before New Year's Eve happens, I'm coming out of a casino. I actually won a little bit of money, like $500 back.
All
So I'm
right.
cruising,
Got a lucky streak.
cruising down the street, but they're shutting down the street the night before New Year's Eve as well. And there's a dude that gets tased right in front of me.
Wow.
If you've never seen that before,
No.
it's
No.
like in person.
Never.
Because I've watched all the Jackass movies.
Right.
Obviously, I've seen this a million times. Like I love Jackass, but when it's right in front of you,
So does it just plop down like a
it's
cold fish?
a big old dude too. And there was three cops that popped a guy, and wow, man, it was intense. And so I had already known that my trip was cursed out there from one. My sister Audra not being able to go. 2, I get into the airport, go through TSA, lose my brand new pair of $250 Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Aw.
When the bag went through the thing,
Yeah.
they never came out the other side, and
They
they were
said,
on my
"Hey."
head because the girl actually, when she asked me for my ID, she goes, "Can you pull up your sunglasses?" I'm like, "Oh crap, sorry," and then I pulled them up. And then I just tossed him into the box thing,
Okay, so
Somebody
rule
at
of thumb.
TSA has.
Don't bring your expensive sunglasses on a vacation.
Well, obviously, I'm like, I mean, I'm coming out.
He's got to look fancy in Vegas.
I know.
So here's the thing. So New Year's Eve comes around, and my sister and I had a plan to dress to the nines, 1970s style. So she had
I love
these sequin bell-bottom pants, and I had these corduroy bell-bottom pants that matched this jacket, which I'm wearing right now. And so
And now you got to rock the 70s all on your own.
I got to rock 70s on my own. And so I'm walking out of my hotel at noon on New Year's Eve to go party on Fremont Street before they shut down the street.
Right.
For the concerts and everything else, right? So I'm out on the street, and I went to Golden Nugget, and on a Saturday morning, Saturday at noon, I guess, they had $5 3-card poker table. I'm like, I'm in, and I went and sat down. Boom. I was rocking for 3 hours, got up like $800. I'm like, I'm back in the game now. and then I hit Golden Gate for a little while and got up. So I was coming home with like $1,600
Wow.
in my wallet.
Okay.
First time
Taking
ever.
yourself out of the hole.
First time ever I've come back
Cash
from
in the
Vegas
pocket.
with money. And so later that evening, I get off Fremont Street. I go back to my hotel because I know they're having a big party there. And they're
Right.
like, you get in free because you're staying at the hotel. So I get in there, and sure enough, it's 1970s in there. And I'm like, oh, I'm having a time. I don't know anybody, but the bartenders are cool. So I'm like, let's go, blah, blah, blah. So these bell bottoms that I'm wearing have these really shallow pockets in them. And my wallet is always here on this side, was kind of just, its head was sticking out.
Mhm.
And right around midnight, right around the
Oh,
toast,
no.
I got pickpocketed. And
Some pretty girls came around you and were like, hey.
at that point, I don't remember anybody.
Because he was drinking from like noon all the way to midnight.
That's Vegas.
He
That's what
was-
you're supposed to do.
It was shit face.
Right?
Come on.
I mean, Jesus. So,
Having a good time.
I'm just having, and then the ball drops, and then apparently the wallet drops as well. It didn't drop, but it went somewhere because I'm like, there's no way that this just happened. And I don't know, this is the most
and
bizarre
there's 20
thing.
million people out there. I'm just going to say, I've been there once, and it is packed like sardines.
New Year's Eve, I'll never go back for New Year's Eve. I'll go
Yeah.
back all the time because
It
I
is
love that
packed.
town, but not for New Year's Eve ever
Yeah.
again.
I mean,
Awful.
you can't walk around.
Yeah.
The streets are shut down.
Yeah, exactly. And so I luckily had my room key in my other pocket. And so at that point, I'm like, well, I'm just going to do the walk of shame back up to the room, go to sleep. I did. I wake up
You're
the
like,
next
I'll figure
morning.
this out later.
Wake up the next morning, and I'm like, oh no, this is bad. Because I've got to go to the hotel or the airport today.
You have no license, no money, no wallet, nothing, no credit cards.
Nothing.
But hotel.
However, Rob's brain kicked in right there because I'm like, I my flight is at 7:00 tonight. Like, how am I going to survive?
All day.
I'm borderline diabetic. Like, I need something in my gut.
Like, get on your phone and sell me some money.
Luckily, my brain kicked in and went, oh crap! You can still Uber Eats right now because you can Uber to the airport.
Oh yeah.
I Uber ate my Uber. Was that the proper terminology of Uber eating? Uber ate. Uber ate myself. I Uber ate
But everything's
myself
on your cell phone.
40 chicken McNuggets from McDonald's.
There you go. Ooh.
40. Okay, so here's the thing. So this is a planning thing. So I ate the 10 in the hotel, and then I stuffed the other 30 in my bag so that I could walk around the airport and at least have something to munch on. Because I don't have a dime to my name. I
Well,
don't
and
have
those things will
anything.
last forever.
Right.
Honestly.
Are you a
I could eat
Okay,
that 2
Rob,
days from now.
So are you a sweet and sour guy or are you a ranch guy?
I was a no condiment whatsoever guy at that point. It was like, just stuff them in the bag and let's go.
Slumming it.
It's
Yeah.
like putting
Yeah.
tater tots in your pocket.
You could have held up a sign and said, "We'll work for food."
Yeah.
We'll sing
That
for
would
food.
probably be a thing, yeah.
If you
I
could
don't-
sing.
If you don't Uber Eats to the airport, that would be a different thing. But anyway, so
You can sing your way
I get
out
there and I get my plane ticket at the terminal thing because I just needed to type in my number, whatever else.
Right.
And I knew my number. Thank God, it was on my phone. So typing my number, now I've got my plane ticket. Now at least I can, at least I know I can get to a plane if I can get through TSA.
Right. And how do you get through security with no identity?
Oh my God! So I got there. They're like, no, you can't. Obviously, go see that guy right there. I went and saw that guy. He pulls me back into this interrogation room.
Right.
And then,
who
he's
are you?
like, do you have anything with your name on it? I'm like,
They stole my wallet.
yeah, like I
Do you have your cell phone?
And then all but
Social
he's like,
media.
we can't do
Social
cell phone
media.
because you can spoof anything on it.
So Apple
they can't do
Pay
that.
and
Yeah. But the
Work.
one thing I realized was like, I've got a pill bottle in my bag with my name on it. He's like, pull it out.
There you go.
Pull that out. He's like, okay, cool.
Thank God
Now
for
we can call
prescriptions.
Washington, D.C. because if I didn't have anything with my name on it,
right.
so we called Washington, D.C. Now I'm on the phone with Washington, D.C. in an interrogation room for an hour.
Wow.
And they're asking me all kinds of questions. And it's like, good Lord, like this is. They call my
It's like a scene
dad.
from a
Like,
movie.
it's insane. So they finally get me through there, but they have to pat me down. They have to check my bag. In which case, they pull out the bag and they pull out 30 packs of chicken McNuggets. He's like, "What's Oh, I get what you're doing. Okay, good. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you don't have any money.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta make my chicken nuggets.
I gotta at
last
least
all day.
eat, And I knew the airport had a water fountain. Thank God that thing saved my life.
Right, 'cause you can't bring liquids through.
Exactly.
TSA.
Yeah. So I finally get through. Now I got to spend like 7 hours in the airport. I just walk around the
Oh my
entire
gosh.
time
But at least
with my
you
headphones in.
got
like,
through.
Yeah.
At
And
least you
thank
got
God I got home. Well, so fast forward. So weeks later, after New Year's Eve, I get a message. Excuse me. A envelope from the Las Vegas Police Department.
Whoa.
And they say, we found your wallet in the back of one of our squad cars. But
What?
what?
Somebody stole it, got picked up, and dropped it off.
No, they were in the back seat.
they were
Yes,
locked
seat,
up.
Right.
I think they were locked
And the
up
wallet
and tried to like
They
stuff
dropped
it
it off,
into the
yeah.
seat or whatever
Yes,
else.
they dropped it off.
Apparently,
That's awesome.
apparently that guy had a much worse time
Okay,
than I
so
did.
what was in the wallet? Anything?
No money,
No.
but every single driver's license, credit card,
That's
everything
great.
was.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Kudos for you.
I don't have to go to the DMV, man.
Woo.
I just got it back like
Oh my
3
gosh.
days ago.
That's
Well,
awesome.
it's such a big headache because you've got to order everything from your social security number, your license, your credit cards.
Yeah, I mean, you could
So
be
you
going
retrieve
through a
all that back.
serious identity theft situation there if that didn't work out as well as it did for
I'm
me.
sure you already had
But
everything, yeah.
those kind of stories can only happen to me. I'm that guy on this planet that stuff like that just happens to.
Well, we didn't have.
Luckily, I'm a writer, so
we didn't have that bad of an experience. We kind of got snowed in Cancun, so.
Right, for 2 extra days.
how is
Bummer.
that possible?
You know, you go to Cancun for 3 nights, 4 days, and then you find out that our friends in Texas are having a blizzard.
A blizzard.
Oh,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
back home.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah. So surprise, we had to spend a couple extra days in Cancun.
I thought that was a cocaine reference. I was like, oh.
So yeah,
Actually, yeah.
but that was the bad thing that happened to us is that we had to stay in Cancun a couple days.
That's terrible.
I know. And it was so cheap to stay in
All our
Cancun.
friends are so pissed. We missed the whole freaking storm.
All of it.
Jerks.
I
All
know.
of it.
So
We
now,
were like,
now you're mad at us.
Yeah. Yeah, Texas is so weird as far as
the weather.
we don't have there is no fall whatsoever. There is no spring
No.
whatsoever.
It's all meshed together.
It's like sizzle your face and then here comes Ice Mageddon. It's like
Right. Well, we left and I had told Angela, I said, hey, the weather's going to be bad when we leave. Well, I didn't know there was going to be a
That bad.
blizzard. So we're off in Cancun doing our own thing. Weather is beautiful.
We don't even think about Fort Worth. We're like,
yeah, we're taking pictures left and right. We're taking videos.
Then we start getting texts from our friends going, are y'all going to come home? Are y'all going to be able to come home? Or is your flight canceled? We're like, what? Maybe we should check this out.
Yeah, and every day Fort Worth ISD is closed. they're closed for the whole week. I'm like, yeah, it's really bad out there. And her tire,
Yeah, my tire was low on the way to the airport. So luckily, Christine's stepdad works for
Please tell
American
me you know how to
Airlines.
change a tire.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Yes, but I don't like to do that.
Okay.
But Christine's.
I don't think any bird girl really does.
I had texted my mom and said, okay, Angela's tire is low on pressure. Do you think Tony can, on his way to work, because he works for American, do you think on his way to work he could check out the tire? And my mom was like, here's a AAA card, here's the number, deal with it yourself. And I was like, okay. What do I do
A few days later, she felt sorry for us because we were stuck in Cancun.
We were stuck in Cancun.
Stuck in Cancun.
And Tony did come to our rescue.
No, he did. He went
He
in.
took
That
pictures.
sounds like a Tommy Alverson song.
Oh my
It really
gosh.
does. Like, we
So
should
the
have
tire
pitched
was
that to Tommy.
Yeah.
Maybe you could write a song for us stuck in Cancun.
I could, but I can't
Right?
write as good as Tommy
Aw.
can.
I know.
Okay, so tell me about the very first time you performed for someone.
Whoa!
Did you-
So here's the thing. So this is one of the many stories that I always wanted to get into with Tommy because of the shows that he played. Because obviously, he's got some years on me.
Like, how old were you?
So I was let's say this was 15, 16 years ago.
Okay.
I started out playing in biker bars,
Okay.
like dive
Really?
biker bars. So it was nothing but motorcycles and leather pants and Jaeger bombs. It was.
You jumped right in.
Well, it was one of those things. Like my buddy was kind of the senior bartender at this little dive bar called Gators over in Fort Worth. It's not there anymore, but there's since been other iterations of it. But it was one of those things where like they were like, Rob, you need to come play, And at that time, I had probably could play like 12 cover songs and Marshall Tucker Band and things like that, like things that would work in a biker bar. So I'd play for like maybe 45 minutes or whatever else. And I started writing my own songs, so I would play like the Losers, and then play all these other cover songs or something like that. Now, eventually, people were like, okay, but it's the craziest. Like nobody should ever, and I'm not saying anything bad about the biker community because
No,
I was.
absolutely not, yeah.
100
You're gonna start
I
somewhere.
was a biker for 15 years. I'm like, I've had 3 or 4 bikes, Harley Road Kings. Like I rode with all of these people. So the good thing for me was I was kind of friends with a lot of them, and they're like, yeah, man, play, and so they're super cool people. It's just when you think about your first times on stage somewhere, it's like, well, you don't want to picture yourself in a biker bar because it's like,
Because you were doing rock and roll.
and I mean, I'm 140 pounds of 5 foot nothing, so like these are big, burly, sweaty bikers and everything else. Play some Metallica. Well, I can't play no Metallica.
But I can do rock and roll.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool.
But that whole, because I was a weekly kind of guy there, so that whole area was a blur. I don't remember the first time. I know I was nervous as hell.
Butterflies in your
Yeah.
stomach and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Going
for
out
sure.
there.
Yeah.
Is that what made you realize this is what I want to do for a living? The butterflies?
No. It's the voices in the brain that say you need to write something down, otherwise we're gonna drive you bananas.
Okay.
So
you're a
the
songwriter
songwriting
first.
part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
You have so many
'Cause
stories to
I'm that
tell.
guy. If y'all don't know who Bernie Taupin is, Bernie Taupin is Elton John's songwriter.
Okay.
Elton writes the music for sure on the piano and everything else, but Bernie writes the lyrics, the story behind it, and all that stuff. And they, obviously they get together and mold it out and everything else. But yeah, Bernie's the lyrics guy and everything else. I've always been a lyrics guy, and I've always wanted to be the Bernie Taupin to Elton John if I could only find myself in Elton John. I don't want to be the guy on stage. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I look good on stage.
You're so good
I
at it.
look good on stage. Don't get me wrong, but
So do you love to do the love sappy songs, or are you the kind of writer that likes to do the depressing songs.
It's so hard to
Or
write
you do
a
a
happy
comedy.
love song. It's so hard
Right?
to. I think I've written one happy
Sappy
love
love
song in my
songs.
entire life, which is "Dancing on My Toes," and that actually went to radio. I don't know how because that was happy. But other than that, no, I like the rip your heart out, or that jaded lover. Those are the ones that I can write pretty well. Otherwise, I'm just like about gunfighters and old sailboats and crap like that.
Nobody pissed you off lately.
I was usually single as I am. Yeah.
Well, you got another question for him?
I have all kinds of questions. Is hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, actually.
It's on a bun.
Yeah, so when we were for Wishbone and Flint and the Amber Room, we actually went out on a recon mission to Las Vegas. Las Vegas, here we go again. Me and Steph and Rochelle, who will be on my show next week, by the way, and Kyle Bryson and Wally Owens. That's the four that were the originals. I'm out of it now, but we went to Las Vegas in the COVID year in 2020, December 2020. And went out for a big, company-funded restaurant tour. So we went to Carmine's and all kinds of places.
Oh, fun.
All kinds of places. And this is when we were trying to get Berry Street Ice House opened. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Berry Street was before Parker
Off the
County.
berry.
Yes,
Yeah.
And so it was open, but we were still trying to work out some menu stuff like that. But we were also trying to work out next door, Trey Mobley, the Italian restaurant.
Yeah, which we love.
Cast and Hook was a seafood restaurant we were trying to get going. We were also trying to open up another ice house, which is now Parker County Ice House. But so anyway, so the funny thing was we had packed in 12 different restaurants to go to in a 2.5 day trip. So we were gonna be fat and but
Sounds like a good time to me.
yeah.
Drinking and eating.
But so here's the funny thing was we went to Carmine's, we went to everywhere, we ate everything that was the top notch and everything else, just trying to get an idea. But the one thing we were walking down the strip, and this, I'm a huge, this is a side note, sorry, but here goes Rob's brain. There was this, I'm a huge Elvis fan. So there's this little guy, Elvis guy, and he had the full-on suit on and everything else. But he was riding on a little rascal, and he's coming through, and he had a megaphone, and so he was just telling everybody, get out of the way, and then he right at me, because I'm just like, oh my God, yes, and he was like.
Does he look like Evil Knievel?
He said some expletives. I don't want Chris to have to beep out of here, but he said, "Get the out of the way." And then I'm like, and so I step to the side, and he rolls past, and then I'm like, "I love you, Elvis," and he stops the thing for a second, turns the microphone, and goes, "I love you too." And he goes,
oh,
and
that's
it goes,
priceless.
But so anyway, so right beside that, Kyle was like, "Hey, let's go over here real quick. I want to show you guys this hot dog joint."
Right.
And we were like, "Kyle, we gotta go to Carmine. We gotta eat come on, man, really?" He's like, "No, just let's go. Come on, let's go." And so we go over there. We get two hot dogs to share just between the two of us, or the four of us, and we're just sweet, just section it off.
Gotta try it.
There's one hot dog that actually the elote hot dog that was at Berry Street Ice House. It's still at Parker County Ice House. That recipe came from that Vegas trip.
Oh, I love it.
It's like,
Is it still there?
this is not even the place that we were going to. We were going to all kinds of places that we weren't going out there for a hot dog run.
Right. So I'm from Chicago, and of course, Chicago dogs. And they load them up with all kinds of stuff, peppers and tomatoes and sesame buns, and it's just amazing, right?
Yeah.
But you come down here, and it's like relish, mustard, bun.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
Texas, yeah.
It's just, and you might have it grilled.
It's baseball
You might have
dogs
it
down
grilled.
here. It's baseball
Right.
dogs, yeah.
So it's just, it's kind of funny because it's like, depending on where you are at, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Sure. Yeah,
Mm.
I think so.
Well, so that's cool. So you guys were trying to find recipes to bring back to his.
Well, I mean,
Restaurant?
obviously not, copy recipes.
No.
But,
I'm not saying
do
that.
a little
I'm just
cheat. And you're like,
saying,
okay,
like,
let's kind of
get some ideas.
Get some ideas. Because you get inspired.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I can run with that.
Yeah, that's a good
little
good.
twist
That's
and-
really good. Okay.
I mean, Vegas is a hotbed for that kind of stuff, too.
So the reason why I was asking is it still there is because my daughter and I are going to Vegas in March to see Taylor Swift. So we could
T-Swift.
we could totally stop by the hot dog place if it's still there.
It is there, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get the name of that from you.
It's kind of,
And they're this
it's kind
long.
of, yeah, across
Are
the street from Caesar. It's kind of,
Okay.
yeah, not too
A little
far.
on
in
the
there.
wall or
It's in a little strip mall-y thing. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll have to remember the name of it, but I can tell you where it is.
Okay.
How fun. You're going to have the best
Oh
time.
yeah, I can't wait.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
Hot dogs, doses and mimosas.
She's gonna be like, Mom, I don't really want a hot dog.
Right?
How old?
But tell her, it's a
22,
sandwich.
okay.
Yeah.
My daughter just turned 18 this weekend, so
Oh.
yeah, we had a little fun. We had some fun.
Okay. So well.
All right. What's the most ridiculous thing that you know?
Wow, that's a terrifying question.
Right? I mean,
Are you talking about like
I don't
Not
wanna
X-rated
say that
here.
on camera.
knowledge that no one else knows that you know?
yes. You want to hear mine?
The rain in Spain falls mainly on the Spaniards.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
True story.
I heard one the other day and I can't get it out of my mind. It's turtles have sex from
What?
behind.
All right.
Okay.
It's all about turtles.
That reminds me of the Sopranos episode when Polly Walnuts goes, "Yeah, snakes can literally go f themselves."
Right? Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Yes.
Rob.
Our,
Well, I want to congratulate y'all for starting y'all's new show, by the way.
Well, thank
So,
you.
yeah, I'm really excited for this because y'all are going to be filming right behind me.
absolutely.
And producer Chris, once again, thank you, brother, for,
Yes,
for
thank you
doing
so
these things
much.
for us, friend. So,
And we wanna
Stefan for
I'm
letting
looking
us
forward to
use
this being a lot of fun for us for
Yeah.
quite a while. So.
We're going to have a great time. And we want to say thank you to Stefan,
Yes.
Wishbone and Flint, and the Amber Room.
in the Amber Room.
And then thank you guys for listening to Haircolor Confessional. I'm Angela,
I'm Christine.
and we'll see you next time.